Okay, we are back on Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. So thrilled to be back on this game. Yeah, and it's one of the first videos that I've recorded since I've been back. I recorded two videos last week, both in this series, the Skylanders Spyro's Adventure Randomizer Nuzlocke 2. And yeah, like I said, couldn't be more thrilled to be back. Yeah, and I said it in one of the previous videos, it probably doesn't seem like it's been that big of a change because I've been, uploading all those videos from a while ago back on the channel. So it seems like I've been back for a while, but yeah, maybe you all notice like a change in how I sound or something, but yeah, the newer recorded videos, the last few videos have all been just recently recorded, but yeah, really excited to be back, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So yeah, if you saw the last video, you'll know who we just recently unlocked, but we're not going to put them on the portals just yet because I did want to mention one other character, um, and that is Dino-Rang, and this is just a quick second, but we're not going to be using Dino-Rang, at least not the start of this video. But the reason I wanted to mention Dino-Rang is after using him and like rewatching the footage while I was uploading it, I noticed something who he kind of reminds me of. Well, I guess technically this thing reminds me of him since it came out after him. But there's a YouTube channel called like Sauria, or I'll put a link to whatever it's actually called. But it's got like an animation, and they've done like just regular dinosaur stuff. But they recently done one with like humanoid dinosaur things, and after like thinking about both of them, I was like, oh dang, he actually reminds me so much of some of the characters in that animated series, and I thought it was a really cool little animated series. So I'll definitely put a shout out to their YouTube channel in the description, but if I can remember at least. But I mean, I don't really need to be giving them a shout out just because they're a much bigger YouTube channel than me. But yeah, did just want to mention that while I was looking at the character. But yeah, we are going to actually be using our newly unlocked character, which I'm thrilled about, who is Warnado. Yeah, really always liked Warnado, and if you watched our last series, you'll know he got knocked out in a kind of unfortunate way. And I think it was like just an issue that we couldn't even control. So let's see, what pathway do I go down? So hold manually to control the direction of your tornado attack. Tornadoes are supersized. So yeah, it looks like we went down the path that focuses on that tornado. Oh yeah, so we can control it. That's actually pretty nice. Just being able to keep a distance, but yeah, we are going to be using Warnado. And it's kind of fitting. The chapter we lost Warnado on was a boss fight type chapter, and I believe that's how this chapter is as well. So hopefully his redemption can be in this chapter. But yeah, I've always heard people act like he's not like crazy good, and he's never like, I feel like ranked ever super high. But well, that worked out pretty well. Yeah, it was like literally like something like our tornado attack quit doing damage the last time we used him, which, like I said, that was just horrible. But I mean, he's got a lot that I like about him. He's got a speed move, a speed move, a range move. He just doesn't, honestly, if he didn't have his flying move, that would honestly be just one thing that would be like a little improvement, because he just doesn't need it since he has a speed move. And his flying just, I mean, it's a cool thing, but I mean, I'm just going to do this most of the time. Yeah, it is so nice just having a Skylander with a speed move. Oh, and I guess one thing I did kind of want to mention, tonight, or at least the second I'm recording this, it is still October 31st, so it is Halloween. So I will say, it would be very fitting if this video we did unlock our undead Skylander, but I think there's only 2 elements left, so it's literally a 50-50 chance. It is literally 11:51 October 31st right now, so yeah, would be, oh, that's a soul gem. We've got no need for that in this lock. But yeah, so I do think that would be pretty cool. But like I said, it's a 50-50 chance undead or whatever the other life, I think, which would also be pretty fitting since we are doing like the life boss chapter. So yeah, either one would be pretty fitting. And we're probably going to record 2 videos tonight anyway, so it's going to kind of work out either way. But yeah, oh, another thing I did want to mention. Last weekend, I probably was going to record more videos, but I think I've mentioned this on the channel that I'm an LSU fan, and at the time I'm recording this, there's been some big drama kind of in the, well, not kind of it, there has been in the, like, LSU football world. And like I said, I don't know how many, if any, or if many of you all have any interest in any of that stuff, but you know, I'm just going to briefly mention it. But yeah, so the last video I recorded was like Friday night, and then pretty much some. If you know, LSU got absolutely whooped by Texas A&M Saturday, and honestly, I just was not in the best mood, so I decided, there's no reason to record when I'm just like this, I guess, upset. But then, so yeah, after that, then the next few days, LSU fired their head coach, which, I'll be honest, there were some people that have been wanting, and if you don't know, it's Brian Kelly, to be fired for a while, and I just wasn't for sure yet, but that moment, I was like, okay, it's probably time, and I kind of agreed with it, and then it just looked like it was going to happen, and it did. I was honestly surprised with the speed in which it happened, I will say, but like I said, I'm pro to the decision. Not that I ever want like anybody to be fired, but you know, if you're just not doing your job, you shouldn't be employed, pretty much. And he just wasn't doing his job at the level he should have been, in my opinion, and the opinion of most people. But yeah, so that all happened. So he got fired over the week. While I was like, yeah, it was like shortly after we got back to school, so I couldn't record while I was at school. But yeah, so it's been definitely interesting as far as all that. I was about to say, well, he's still up there. But yeah, and if I didn't mention, yeah, this is just like any other normal video, like any other video in the series. This will be the normal, at least what has been normal, the 2 chapters. 2 chapters, 2 chapters, and then we will get a random Skylander. But there's only going to be 2 more videos where we are getting a random Skylander at the end, because we just don't have our full team unlocked, which is exciting. But I will say, it's like, you obviously love like making the final team, but part of the fun obviously is making the team. Just like in like series like Pokemon, like I love planning out a team, and it's so fun like acquiring a team. But then once you finally have it all, it's, I mean, obviously it's a little bittersweet, because obviously, I mean, that's what you've been working toward, but still. You know, part of the fun obviously is just acquiring the team. Ooh, oh, let's go. I love having a shield buff. I mean, because it doesn't happen all the time, but it's always nice just knowing that you literally just survive damage just because of something like that. Our thing, how are we missing? Okay. This thing's gonna blow up. Oh, and I was gonna record last night as well, actually, but I'm not gonna lie. It was the day we got back. I got back from school, and I was just so tired, honestly. I played like pickleball that night, and what else did we end up doing? We did something else. I'm just gonna get these out because I know this fight. We did pickleball, or I did pickleball at least, and I'm trying to think what the other thing. So this, okay, this is an Evil Zoo. It's kind of fitting since his mushrooms were the ones up there. So yeah, we can just launch this, get a solid 40 damage. Oh, not if he's putting that up though. And then just get away. Yeah, so we can get away. I mean, we can just get up and close and personal with Zoo. There's one decent thing about his moveset, because he's not like amazing at either, but you can kind of counter, because you know, if you're fighting a ranged Skylander, you know, you can get up and close, and if you're fighting a melee Skylander, you can just stay away and launch these, and with a speed move, you know, you can kind of function whatever works best in the moment. But yeah, I've always loved Tornado. I always like the design. I mean, as you all know, I like the more creature-like Skylanders, and Tornado definitely fits into that, being a turtle thing. Okay. Stealth Elf does scare me, and it is Stealth Elf. She doesn't ever seem, and watch, I'm probably going to get beat by her here, and I'll jinx myself, but you know, she actually seems like a better Skylander than her, like, evil knockoff. That's not the case for all Skylanders. Like, I don't know if you all have fought the evil Chop Chop, but he seems way stronger than his like evil variant, or than his real figure, in my opinion. And maybe that's just user error by my part, just not being as good with him. But like the stealth elf, you know, just doesn't seem near as crazy as the real stealth elf. Okay, these are pretty easy with the snails here. So we just gotta find it. Oh crap! Where? I was waiting for like the snails to appear, and they just were not there. Okay, we didn't take as much damage as I thought, but it looked like we took I mean, we did take a lot of damage, but it wasn't as bad as it originally appeared. Okay. Yeah, that could have been really bad, but I just kind of had a lapse of judgment. Okay, is this the like full circle one? I like this one. I just think it's cool. But we should be able to deal with it. And if we do that, see, that's a moment that's awesome for having a ranged Skylander, because that one you have to do the full circle if you don't have a ranged Skylander. Okay, Stump Smash. I talk crap about Stump Smash, so if I get beat by him, it would be pretty embarrassing. I literally had Stump Smash bottom of my tier list, so. So it just slows you down. Yeah, that's what it is. Which, I mean, slowing an opponent down if you were like a faster Skylander would be crazy, but since you're already pretty slow Skylander, it doesn't seem like anything. I mean, obviously there is, no matter what, slowing an opponent down always has its perks. Okay, I can't even see myself, so that. It's just kind of bulky, though, is the problem I'm having. Okay, let's just get away. Okay, we can at least put a solid 40 damage on him every time. One more. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we just have to fight all three of them. Which actually sounds a lot worse than it is, just because since they're all at lower health, it's not as bad. Honestly, if they were to just make like a hard mode of this, one simple, easy fix I could do is make the last fight, when you fight all three of them, just put them at full health. That would make that last fight way more challenging, especially for like the undead boss fight. Okay. We need some of that food. Yes. Okay, that was huge, and we lost some of our health right away after getting it, but still. Watermelon. I've never thought of this boss fight as too hard. The first two are much easier. The undead one, I think, is honestly harder than the last one, being the fire one. And the fire one's harder than this one, for sure, but yeah. And watch, I can say all that and still lose, but I definitely think this one is better than the next boss fight. Okay, so let's just get in here quick, knock somebody out quick. There, exactly like that, and we'll get some health back too, which obviously is nice. Yeah, get rid of one. And like I said, the biggest problem with Stump Smash is just his health, so Stump Smash without health. The main thing with the big fights at the end is just kind of chaotic, because there's all this going on. So in my opinion, honestly, your best strategy is just try to fight as quickly as possible. Oh crap. Oh crap, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, we actually almost sold the tornado there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh, we did sell Tornado. That was just me playing horrible. I honestly don't know what else to say. I do still believe, like, the one thing where, you know, you just if you put yourself in you need to just knock these boss fights out fast, because if you waste time, it gets much harder. So we're going to put in one of our, I think, our strongest Skylander left to try to just finish the job as quickly as possible. And that is Flameslinger. Yeah, I don't think I've ever lost a Skylander at this fight specifically. And, okay. Luckily, Flameslinger's able to finish the job. Whew. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed with myself with how that ended, but, you know, it is what it is.
I fear the darkness is growing and the core of light is not yet complete. But now you bring the eternal life source, whose true power lies within.
This is even more.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go on the Troll Warehouse and we'll stick with Flameslinger. But yeah, that was rough. We've already lost 2 Skylanders this early into the lock is pretty bad. There's no way around it. So we're definitely going to have to step up our game. Luckily, there is some really good available Skylanders that could join our team still. Undead, I've said this for a while though, is just a very solid element. I don't think there's any Skylanders that are going to make or break a lock in that element. Just everybody feels decent, really. Nobody, like I said, nobody bad really per se, but nobody like excellent. Yeah. Yeah, after thinking about everybody, yeah, that stands true for Chop. Chop for me just being kind of slow for sure. Hex just not being anything insane for me. Yeah. Cinder, I did really like those. Cinder could be pretty good for us. Cinder. And then, who's the one other Skylander I'm forgetting? Oh, Ghost Racer, yeah. I'd already thought of them all in my mind except Cinder. And then, yeah. Yeah, Ghost Racer obviously has one great attack, and then the rest of his moveset, in my opinion, is just kind of whatever. But then Life, if you saw my tier list, literally has the best and worst Skylander, one pretty average Skylander, and then one that I think is pretty good, but it's been so long since I've actually used him that I'm actually not for sure where he definitively should be ranked. Yeah, I'm playing horrible. I need to quit yapping. I know whenever I talk, I play a little worse. I wish this guy wasn't following me, because every time I move and use my fire attacks, he runs into it and then starts getting impacted. Quit following me, dude. Okay. And now my stupid thing walked onto him. This dude will quit following me. Like, why would you just walk right into the plane? Okay. But there is a little bit of fear with this chapter as well. If you saw the last time we did this chapter, you would know why. The last time I played through this chapter was the Legendary Lock. And it was like the beginning of the end in that series. It was literally looking so good till this chapter. But we've already lost 2 Skylanders at this point, so we definitely can't afford that to happen again. And my goal was to have my best lock yet in this series, and we've already lost maybe a few too many Skylanders for that to be the case anymore. Okay. Those, the Wolverine trolls are scary. Especially if you're not in a spot where you can move away from them. Yeah, we are playing horribly. Yeah, because if we lose Flameslinger, I'm not gonna lie, the lock might already be done. Because Flameslinger, I think, is easily our best Skylander. So unless we get somebody like Stealth Elf, if we lose Flameslinger, I will be shocked if we even win the lock. Okay. Okay, there we go. Got rid of him. I think every lock we've had Flameslinger that we haven't lost. I mean, I guess we've only had him in one lock though, so I guess that's not really saying much. Okay. It's probably stupid to go ahead and move a part of this without thinking, but okay. I see some stuff already at least though. Okay, we might actually get a pretty good score on this. I don't even remember what score we got on the last one, but is this a perfect? Okay, perfect score, awesome. I was gonna say, I assume that's perfect or excellent, just because it was in a, like, not a crazy amount of attempts. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the one where we go back. Oh yeah, we got that, yeah. Yeah, this is the one, lasers.
Skylanders of the water element are stronger.
The water element, so it's pretty much the exact opposite of our element. I will say one thing, and I don't know if anybody's, like, looked into this. I have no idea what the actual, like, Skylanders of a certain element do. It was like, I see, you know, that pops up all the time on screen, but I don't know how big of an advantage that even really is, if any. Okay, can this move? Oh yeah, I was worried. It looked like the crystal was going to tip that thing, so I didn't know if it would actually go through or not. Okay, it won't let me skip the little cutscene here, but I mean, it's a decent cutscene, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, and I guess one other thing I can kind of talk about while we're in this video is, it definitely is kind of interesting right now with the Skylanders rumors. I'm stoked. I don't know. Skylander boy and girl kind of recently returning, which, I mean, could be whatever, but I do think it's just kind of interesting that they were. Oh, that bomb literally brought me into Zook's thing. Not too big of a fan of Zook right now, considering he's the reason we lost one of our team members. Can he not? Oh, he can't hit me from here. Okay, well we're gonna take the 3 kill. Can I go in this? Oh, I can go in this. But yeah, Zook. Yeah, because well, we got all the other Skylanders out whenever we lost to Zook. Honestly, what messed me up was the stupid. It wasn't really any. What am I trying to say? It wasn't really any. How am I even trying to phrase this? It wasn't even any of the single, like, evil Skylanders that really got me. It was more just all, like, the stuff on screen just had me messed up. And it was like the snail, like the green stuff. And I don't know, it just caught me off guard a little. Okay, we've done horrible on this puzzle. I think this one probably should have been a pretty simple one, but I don't think what I'm doing is right. But okay, I think. No, this don't work. Okay, this is actually kind of embarrassing how bad I've done on this one, but we did just finally get it done. Yeah, you solved this puzzle, yeah. Yeah, that one was kind of pathetic. And one other thing I just realized, okay, I probably don't need to put my Skylanders into bad situations. It's probably a smart thing. Both Skylanders we've lost so far have been either at boss fights, or at chapters that I've already lost Skylanders before at. And I will say, Crystal Eye Castle, that is one of the first, like, chapters that has any bit of difficulty. It can just mess you up with them, like, throwing all those rocks and stuff. That's what messes me up. Like, one strong enemy isn't the issue. It's when you're, like, focusing on multiple enemies is what messes me up every time. And that's why, like, well, the undead fight, I don't know if it's as much of that and just the evil Skylanders being stupid good in that one. Okay, so we get Flameslinger some more points. I think he has currently my highest coin Skylander, so he don't need the coins per se, but why would you not want them, you know? And it would be kind of cool to get my first. All of my Skylanders are like maxed out on their upgrade paths, but at least like the ones that you all see in the series, like all my Spyro's Adventure ones. But I don't have any maxed out coin-wise Skylanders. Okay, that could have been bad. With us being a ranged Skylander, getting into a bad spot is obviously something we have to just be careful of. Those Wolverine trolls, if you play them right, are not that bad, really. But it's just if you get in a bad spot or just play bad against them, they can definitely cause issues. Okay, and he can cause issues too, that little bit. Like, I don't ever think he's going to beat you unless you're just low, but he can cause a headache amount of damage. Okay. Ooh, yep. And that one didn't do as much damage as I was expecting. Oh, fire gate. We'll open it, but we're not going to go in it. Oh, and I will say, I picked up something for our next Skylanders figure haul video. It's not a Skylander, but it is obviously something related, or I wouldn't be mentioning it or showing it off in that video. But yeah, it is something kind of cool, I will say. I remember that's a pretty cool life gate, if I remember. It's almost like a bunch of doors. I guess I'll do it. It's a Disney Infinity. I think it's going to be the only Disney Infinity thing that's going to be in that video. I think 90% of that lot's Skylanders. Well, maybe not 90, but the heavy majority is. And then there's like one Disney Infinity, I think one Amiibo thing. Maybe more, but that's the... Ooh, okay. I literally have like PTSD from this part. I almost want to do the run, but I'm worried if I do the run, I'll really mess up. Okay, now we'll do it, since it's straight line. Okay, we are finally out of this chapter. Oh. That chapter always scares me. Obviously because what happened with Legendary Trigger Happy. But not even just that. Actually, I've kind of watched this cut. Oh, it's the rocket ship. I was wondering how that you acquired it. But, yeah, because of that. And then I do remember there was one time that me and one of my cousins, we tried this chapter, and you know the part like right there where you can go to the bombs earlier, but you don't have like a map yet? We tried like used like all my Skylanders to just try to run across it and see if we could just, you know, use enough Skylanders to just keep getting across. Did not work. At least I don't remember it working. But yeah, okay, well, that's the end for this video, besides the randomizer, which you all will be seeing. And like I said, it would be very fitting either Skylander we get, because it's 12:15 now, so it's technically first day of November. But at the start of this recording, and you know, I still consider it the day before, since, you know, I've not been to sleep yet, but it would be very fitting to get the Undead Skylander because of that, Halloween, everything. But it would also be very fitting to get the Live Skylander, since we just lost the live fight. Well, you know, mainly because we played it, but we did just lose it, so it would be kind of fitting. And kind of since we did lose a Skylander, it would also be kind of fitting to gain an Undead one too. So, like, fitting-wise, it is pretty interesting either way who we get. So yeah, I guess we'll cut the video now. We'll see who's joining the team, and probably record another video tonight, maybe a few more this weekend. But yeah, definitely one more tonight after this. But first, you all will be seeing the randomizer right now. So super excited to see who joins the team. And like I said, it'll be pretty fitting no matter who we get. Considering how the team is looking right now, where we've already lost 2 members, I would like to get a stronger member. Sometimes I want a weaker member just because I feel like the team's already so good. But yeah, I would love to get Live. I definitely want Stealtho for camo. And I would be fine with Zook, but if we get Stump Smash, I will be kind of disappointed, not going to lie. The one good thing, though, if we do get Stump Smash, the next randomizer lock will probably be a loaded team. Except, I don't know, it's probably going to be a little bit before I do the next randomizer lock, just because I've kind of got other series I want to do, and just we've done so much randomizer series on this channel that I might hold out a little before the next one. Because we pretty much do the randomizer, legendary, then randomizer as far as big series on the channel. So yeah, it might be a little bit longer before the next randomizer series. It's probably not going to be like this many back-to-back, like we did the previous ones. But yeah, so would love one of the stronger life Skylanders. And out of Undead, I'm not going to be too upset with anybody, because like I said, I think they're all pretty decent all on their own. But I would love Cinder, just because I do think she's probably the best one. But yeah, that's it for the video, other than the randomizer. So yeah, let's just get on to the randomizer now. Okay, here we are back on the randomizer. Excited to see who's joining the team. Obviously, it's going to be one of two elements. It's going to be life or undead just because we've had every other element unlocked. But yeah, really excited to see who it's going to be. And like I already explained, there's a few Skylanders I would really like and some I would not be as happy about. But yeah, still really excited to see who it's going to be no matter what. And we might have to respin this wheel a lot because obviously there's 8 elements and we only need one of 2. So 25% chance, but hopefully we get it pretty soon. Oh, wow. Are we actually... Wow, we get undead first spin. What are the odds, actually? I guess it is pretty fitting that life's the last one, just because that's going to be the biggest boom or bust element that we will get. So, yeah, let's see who we get out of undead. It's been over a year since the last time I did an undead wheel spin. So, yeah, let's see. Like I said, Cinder's probably the one I want the most, but all 4 are fairly solid in their own ways, so I'm not going to be too upset with any. I'm going to look for this one, though. Okay, Chop Chop, I'm not too upset with this. He is the only, like, true melee Skylander on our team. Everybody else is primarily ranged. And every single melee-ish Skylander we've had on this team so far has gotten knocked out pretty quick. So, hopefully Chop Chop will do a little better. But, yeah, excited to add him to the team. Can't remember if I went down the shield or sword pathway with him, actually. Because I know whatever I went down, the legendary one I did the opposite of. So, pretty excited to see which one I did. I think both are fairly solid, if I'm remembering right. I think the sword is actually a little better in SSA, so kind of hoping we did that one. But, yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Next video, and like I said, it is really fitting we got undead, because we literally just lost a Skylander, but the main reason is... at least the start of this gameplay was recorded on October 31st, so pretty fitting. You know, getting the undead Skylander literally on Halloween night. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I am out.